What is this variable speed motor found in a super old university? The only text I could make out on it was the patent date of February 18th, 1918, and variable speed motor. I couldn't get any other pictures. There are VHS tapes for scale. Guesses or clues would be greatly appreciated. It's part of a 1920s Powers 6B cameragraph motion picture film projector. One of the early generations of projectors used in the era of silent films and early movie theaters. That disc in the top right of this image is the rotating shutter disc, which cuts off light to the screen while the film is advanced, in order to try to reduce the flickering, which was very noticeable in the hand-cranked days. It was built by the Nicholas Power Company, a US firm that was one of the first commercially successful producers of movie projectors. It was designed for projecting 35mm film, the standard film gauge that dominated early cinema. What is this strange clog with a hoop? I can't imagine they could be properly worn. It looks antique and is made out of wood with decorative nails. To me, it looks like maybe from a game, but I got suggestions of it being a hanging planter for something small, a door knocker, or even some sort of cruel Russian ballet trainer, and possibly a business sign to be hanged by the hoop. Does anyone know anything more? It's a mid-century wine bottle holder. The bottom of the wine goes in the clog, and the top through the wooden ring. This unique item functions as both a decorative piece and a practical way to display and pour a standard 750ml wine bottle. What is this? Some kind of tool that looks like an A found in the Cairo, Egypt Museum. This wooden tool was possibly used by ancient Egyptians. Approximately 1 by 1 foot, triangular in shape, and possibly for architectural work. I would welcome any information or ideas. It's an ancient Egyptian level square. When the plumb line rests on a mark in the crossbar, the 2 points of the frame are level. First, you hang a plumb bob, then from the pivot point you go right through 45 degrees and draw your lines. And those are the level lines. What is this? Some kind of leather case found in South Carolina, but inscribed with Bradford, Pennsylvania. It is about 4 feet long, and it was hanging on the wall as pictured. We'd all love to know what it is. Thanks in advance. It's an antique Masonic sword case from the turn of the last century. Here is a similar case used for a Freemason's sword. And here's another one. And the sword case is for this guy. It goes into some detail about his involvement with the Masons and possibly some other societies. He also had some military experience, but the fact that it's straight points to Masonic over military. So far as I'm aware, US military swords of his time, Spanish-American War, were all curved. What is this small old metal can with a chain, found in an old house we just bought? If I had to guess, this might be an old ceremonial incense burner. I don't know what language is embossed around the can, so I can't find any info on the internet. Thanks for whatever information anyone can provide. It's an antique Tibetan prayer wheel from the late 19th to the early 20th century, missing the wooden handle. The sign on top is a double vajra, a very important symbol in Tibetan Buddhism. The symbol on the lid is a Dharma wheel, also a Buddhist symbol. It is a spiritual tool used in Tibetan Buddhism as an aid to meditation and for accumulating wisdom and merit. The cylindrical wheel is typically inscribed with the mantra and other sacred symbols. Inside the hollow cylinder is a tightly wound scroll printed with many repetitions of the mantra. Spinning the wheel in a clockwise direction is considered equivalent to reciting the mantras inside, releasing prayers and blessings into the air. A small weight helps maintain the momentum of the spin. What are these military plug-in devices with European and Asian plugs, found in a box of military surplus? The box it was found in contains items from the World War II through the Vietnam era. My guess is possibly lighting or heating strips. I appreciate any suggestions you can offer. It's a Vietnam-era US government-issue landing signal light set, missing the handles. It's a military light set developed around 1970 that was used to signal aircraft, particularly in Vietnam. It uses different light patterns to communicate with pilots, similar to standard light gun signals used in air traffic control. It was often used when radio communication was not possible. What is this thing I found in the woods half a mile from the nearest house? It looks very old, with no visible writings anywhere around it. My initial thought was an old-fashioned ice cream maker, but I'm not sure. I'm really curious what this could be. Thanks. It's a mid-century easy spin dryer washing machine with missing components, manufactured in the 1940s or 1950s. The machine features two separate compartments, a larger tub for washing clothes and a smaller tub for a spin cycle. It utilizes a spin dryer system to remove excess water, which was an improvement over older wringer systems. I'm in the USA. This was from my father's house when he passed, and I'm really curious as to what this could be. What are those squares on the base? Someone said she would use it to hold jewelry, like rings on the antlers, watches, etc. Any ideas are appreciated. It's a Victorian inkwell, made in the 1890s by William Wheatcroft Harrison and Company in Sheffield, England. The glass pots on the left and right are missing. They are usually made out of glass with a silver top, and the antlers are a stand for the pens. What is this weird item at the shop I work at? It has a 5-inch wood handle attached to aluminum, and the aluminum piece is about 12 inches long. It weighs less than a pound and has no markings on it. I would very much like to know what it was originally made for. It's a grill lid holder, used for keeping the lid open at different heights. I think it's also from like 40 years ago, because I have only seen them used on ancient barbecues passed down when I was a kid. This holder allows you to prop the lid open slightly so that the skewers can stick out the front. What is this brass-like metallic decorative ring attached to a kind of clasp or clip of some kind I found with a bunch of antique buttons? The ring is too small to fit around a finger, and the back pins are hinged and spring-loaded so that they clasp like a safety pin. The pins are not sharp, so likely not used to secure fabric. Has anyone seen anything like this before? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.